Kia ora everyone, welcome to this Toatakai at home training video. Today we're working on kata. We're going to run through our four first kata. It's Geksara H, Geksara Ni, Cipher, and then Sanshin. I'm going to perform the kata facing the opposite way so we can follow along at home. We'll do each of the kata twice. We'll do it once slowly and then once at full speed. When we're doing it slow, it's a chance to focus on making sure we're getting all the moves right and making sure we understand the bunkai. So bunkai, or the application of the kata, is the most important thing for our Toatakai style of kata. So it's very important that we understand each move and its purpose. Let's get into it. Starting off with our Geksara Edge. So each of our katas starts the same way. Our yoi position, we start from heels touching, toes out, calling the kata Geksara Edge and rei. And we come into our yoi. Hands up and down, and then as we breathe out, gripping our hands, gripping our toes, and coming into yoi, getting nice and ready. First move, rising block underneath to the left, and then we're gonna grab and drop a nice strong punch. Our other hand takes the grip, moving back, and groin strike into our shigurachi. Gonna repeat that the other side, looking across, rising block, drop in, strong punch, change the grip, and drop down into our groin strike. Coming through to the middle, this move is under lots and lots of tension, so we're doing heavy inside block. This is when our opponent grabs us with two hands, we're gonna open them up. As we open them up, we come through, strong kick into the body, elbow, back fist. Finally, break that grip to your head, and then kiai on the punch here. Strong punch to the front, into the chin. We're getting grabbed from behind, someone's grabbing us, we're turning, and nice strong stoichi, knife hand strike into the throat. We're gonna repeat that sequence we did, so strong inside block, under tension, and then kick into the guts, elbow, back fist, block, strong punch. Once again, we're getting grabbed from the shoulder, we turn and striking into the throat. From here, we're doing our awasezuki, our two-level punch. It's a push and a punch. I'm gonna throw the hips in and boom, hadouken, pushing them back. Top height into the sternum, bottom one into the guts, and then we repeat that on the other side. Pulling back, throw the hips in, and boom, push and punch them back, taking their wind away from them. Turn back to yoi, feet together, and bow. All right, we'll do that one more time. This time, full speed, full kiai. So coming to yoi, gripping, nice and strong. I am relaxed, shake it off. Sweet, it's Geksara Edge. We're now running to our Geksara Ni. Just a couple differences. Easy way to remember is the difference between Geksara Edge, Geksara Ni, two changes. We're gonna change the inside block on the way back to a kakuke, fast, open hand wrist block. And the last move changes from awasezuki into mawashuki. All right, let's go from my spot. Same again, calling the kata first, Geksara Ni, right, and into our yoi position. Obviously the bunkai for Geksara Ni here, exactly the same as we rising block, grab, strong punch into the sternum, pull back, groin strike. First half of this kata is exactly the same. Two strong tension inside blocks and kick, elbow, back fist, block, punch. Once again, we turn and chop into the throat. This is where the kata changes. Now these ones come fast as we block, and back. So forward, back on those moves, blocking strong, hooking punches. We return the same, kick, elbow, back fist, block, punch, turn and chop. Here for the mawashukes, first one, we're gonna step left with our left foot and left hand first. So one, slap the block. Two, we come under with that same kakuke as we grab and then push away. Same thing repeating on the other side, but this time right foot, right hand, block, catch, the kakuke, grabbing, controlling their arm, and push, nice and strong. And then from there, you can nice and easily turn back to yoi. Now full speed. Alright, that's Geksarai ni done. We're moving to completely different katas now into our cipher. Once again, we want to keep the bunkai alive. If you want, you can always check out the bunkai to all the katas through the website. Alright, but let's kick into cipher. Same start as before. Heels touching toes out, coin the kata. Siph up, right, and yoi. First move, we're just placing our right hand out and we're gonna imagine our opponent is grabbing our wrist. So we grab our own hand, whip it back to break the grip, step back, control, open up the shoulder, and back for strike. Preferably to the nose, but if they're on the side, into the temple. Once again, on the other side, hand out, whip it back, step back to shikodachi, cover, and back fist. And then a third time, grab the wrist, pull it back to escape, lock, cover, and back fist. Now my right hand is going to control the hand down, left hand controls up behind the head as we knee, and then throw our kick, whoop, straight up into the groin. Other side, control the hand, control the head, knee, kicking up to the groin. Then we're going to throw our heikozuki. Our first one, we grab the shoulders and we throw our heikozuki parallel punch straight to the ground and put them down on the ground. And then open up the hand and tetsui strike. Tetsui with the bottom into the head. We're going to turn, we're actually doing the same parallel punch, heikozuki, this time into the shoulders. And like the wasazuki, it's a push and punch, and then we do head tetsui, once again with that section of the hand. Now we're going to imagine we're being locked up and grabbed nice and tight. So to create the distance, we sweep, bit of a football pass as we sweep inside. We use the elbow to gain a little bit of distance from our opponent, donk them on the head with that same tetsui, grab the hair, strong, close in punch urazuki, and repeat on the other side. Sweep the inside of the foot, elbow helps me get that distance, donk them on the head, grab the hair, urazuki. With the hand we just punched in, the right hand one, we're gonna grab, we're controlling their shoulders, pushing them back, creating some distance for our strong punch with the kiai. Yeah, heavy punch. This punch hand is gonna stay out as I step all the way around, comes back to control their head, their elbow nice and high, as my other elbow stays low, and I perform choke, okay? And then from there, we come back to our yoi. Turning back to the start. And that's our cipher. Short kata, but a really cool bunkai application in this one. We're gonna go through now, full speed. Too easy, that's cipher done. So as you may notice, there's two types of techniques in our kata. Either it's full speed and full power, so that's our blocks, punches, kicks, and strikes. There's never any reason to perform them slowly, or at least for our bunkai. Then we have our techniques under tension, so Geksarai and knee, we had the opening up. In cipher here we have the choke, and we have a couple more in Sanchin. So these slower tension techniques should be heavy from the beginning, and we use them to either escape or apply holds. All right, let's move into Sanchin. This kata's a little bit longer, a lot of shikodachi, and so do our best to keep long. Here we go, so first one, coiling the kata. Sanchin. And same yoi, breathing in. And now grip the hands, grip the toes, breathing out. We want a strong yoi. This is our signal that we're ready to go. And we're gonna step 45 degrees into the shikodachi as we're being grabbed, and both hands up to protect ourselves. On the inside of that grab, we control the arm and groin strike. Then we're gonna open them up with the front hand, the hand that was grabbing us, as we turn in and nukit their finger straight to the eyes. Once again, opposite direction, okay, locking up, grab, groin strike, open them up and turn in, strong finger strike to the eyes. Third one, lock, protect yourself from the grab, groin strike, open up, heavy finger strike to the eyes. We're gonna grab behind their head, pull them down and knee, and then we're pushing them back here with our fist, either onto the top of the head or the sternum, depending on where they land. So this is a push technique here, but just with my knuckles. We're gonna step back, haishu, open hand block. This block allows us to get behind the head after we block and hiji out the elbow strike to the head. Now we're into a tension technique. We can imagine we're getting grabbed with two hands. So we use our escape here, nice and big, open them up. In our normal training, if this opening here didn't work, we would try to throw into a hip thrust throw. So we drop into shikudachi. It's looking like a gerambarai, but I'm actually performing a hip throw. And if that didn't work, they're resisting against it, we can pull them back and we hold their arm and apply the arm bar. So I'm using my forearm onto their elbow. We're gonna bring that to the opposite direction. So strong tension, escape from the two-hand grab. If it doesn't work, we can come in, hip thrust, control the arm, and apply the arm bar. We're gonna do another Mawashi style uke. So we block first with the right hand. They're throwing a big, heavy technique where they're falling forward, so I use their energy against them. Block, control, as I control and come back, groin strike. One more time, so back shikudachi. Block, control, groin strike. And then we're gonna come through and berate them with sweep, tetsui, urazuki. Bang, bang, bang. Nice and strong. Ki on that first urazuki. Now we're being grabbed from the side. We can see someone's coming to grab us. Before they get to us, we're gonna turn and swim our hands into our kosa uke. So one over, one under, left hand on top. I can get control of that hand that I stopped from grabbing me as I drop in, uppercut, back fist, groin strike. And then once again, we step back, change control, and arm bar, nice and strong. If they're resisting that arm bar, we're gonna lock up our grip and go with it. And we come into a rising elbow one, and then keep moving back, change the grip, roundhouse elbow, boom, boom. Repeating again, opposite direction. So I can see them coming in to grab me, I swim. Right hand on top, takes control, uppercut, back fist, groin strike, step back, and apply the arm bar. Nice strong shikudachi. Arm bar, they resist. I change that grip, up elbow, and roundhouse elbow. And then similar to Cypher start, we're gonna pat down to open up their chin, pushing down on their shoulder as we come through. One more urazuki, second ki on that one. Then to finish off this kata, we sit back. We're taking a big breath in after a long kata. We hold that as long as we can, try to compose ourselves, and then the hands coming down is going to represent us breathing out. And from there, we can return to yoi. So the Sanchin kata is quite a long one. That last move, our Bunkai application, is the idea that if we're in a situation and it's an extended situation, we're getting quite tired, we need to be able to still stay composed, keep our breath. So in that last move, the one coming up represents the breath in. We try to hold it as long as we can, and then the hands will come down to follow the breath out. So just a little bit of breath management at the end of a heavy, long kata. All right, let's go for it, full speed. Once again, same with the bell, and yoi. So guys, we made it through our first 4 kata. Once again, if you want to see the actual application, the Bunkai application with a partner, jump on the website, jump into the kata section. You can find the katas once again there, and you can also see me and Lawson demonstrating those actual moves in a little performance set. Hope you're all enjoying the summer. Good work, team.